Glee's behind-the-scenes controversies which rocked the foundations of the wholesome TV show are to be explored in the new documentary series. The three-part series will examine the countless scandals among the show's cast, including Mark Salling, who killed himself after pleading guilty to child pornography charges, Cory Monteith's heroin overdose, accusations of on-set bullying by Lea Michele and the shock drowning of Naya Rivera. The untitled Discovery Plus and ID series will feature interviews with cast and crew members who will share memories of their time on the Fox show, as well as previously unheard testimonials from family and friends. Glee ran for 6 seasons from 2009 to 2015, and throughout its time on air and the years following, trauma has reigned supreme, leading to claims of a Glee curse. The program centered on the William McKinley High School Glee Club and starred Lee, Matthew Morrison, Cory, Darren Criss, Chris Colfer, Jane Lynch, Amber Riley, Mark, Heather Morris and Kevin McHale. Cory Monteith's fatal drug and drink battle in what was the start of the show's behind-the-scenes demise. On July 13, 2013, Cory Monteith, who played Finn Hudson, was found dead of a drugs overdose aged 31 in his Vancouver hotel room, after taking a lethal combination of heroin and alcohol. 4 months before his death he had completed a stint in rehab. Cory Monteith played Finn Hudson. Cory was dating Lea Michele at the time of his death. After news broke of his overdose, it was revealed that Lee rang his mother, hysterical and screaming, "Is it true?" Following his passing, she released a statement. Through her representative, the actress said, "Lee is deeply grateful for all the love and support she's received from family, friends, and fans." Since Cory's passing, Lee has been grieving alongside his family and making appropriate arrangements with them. They are supporting each other as they endure this profound loss together. Lee, who is expecting her first child with husband Zandy Reich, began dating Cory in 2012, and after his death, she said, "There was no greater man than Cory. So, for the time we spent together, I consider myself very lucky." 5 years after his death, Cory's mother Anne McGregor insisted her son had been on pain medication following dental work to cap his teeth in the weeks before his overdose and that he never meant to die. She said he had battled his fair share of demons from a young age, drinking and smoking marijuana from 13, and with 2 stints in rehab by the time he was 19. While he managed to get clean for a time, he fell back into bad habits when he went to Hollywood. Anne, who admitted her son began using drugs again in December 2012, 7 months before his death, said, "He wasn't ready for the Hollywood world. Drugs were his way of checking out." After his death, she said, "I still can't pick up the pieces. My world totally stopped. And I'm a different person than I was before." Naya Rivera's drowning and arrest. On July 8, 2020, Santana Lopez actress Naya Rivera accidentally drowned aged 33 while boating on Lake Piru, California with her 4-year-old son. Another boater raised the alarm after seeing the vessel drifting and the child asleep on board. Naya's son Josie has told investigators that he got back on the boat and his mother did not. Naya Rivera played Santana Lopez. Her autopsy confirmed that the actress died by drowning and there were no signs drugs or alcohol played a role in her death. Naya welcomed son, Josie Hollis, with then-husband Ryan Dorsey in 2015. She called her young son "my greatest success, and I will never do any better than him" in her 2016 memoir Sorry Not Sorry. Rivera and Hollis divorced in 2018, after Rivera had applied to end the marriage in 2016 but they had initially reconciled. On Thanksgiving weekend 2017, Rivera was arrested in West Virginia on suspicion of domestic battery against Dorsey. The Kanawha County Sheriff's Office said Dorsey later asked that Rivera not be prosecuted. Mark Salling's child porn conviction and death. The most horrific of the show's woes was undoubtedly Mark Salling's 2015 arrest and subsequent conviction in 2017 for possession of more than 50,000 images and 600 videos which showed girls, some of whom as young as 3, being raped. It was described as the worst pornography collection the nation has seen. Mark Salling played Noah Puck Puckerman. Salling, who played Noah Puck Puckerman on the show, had tried to conceal them by masking his IP address and storing them on an encrypted hard drive. They were revealed to police by an ex-girlfriend who he showed them to. She was sickened and notified authorities. In his plea deal, the extent of his collection was described in harrowing detail. He was found dead from suicide by hanging on January 30, 2018 near his home in Sunland, Los Angeles. His death came shortly before his sentencing, which was due to take place on March 7. He had attempted suicide the previous year by slashing his wrists, after which he was treated for psychological problems. Salling dated Nia from 2007 to 2010. In her 2016 memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, Dreams, Mistakes, and Growing Up, the actress admitted that she was not surprised by his horrendous convictions. She wrote, "I can't say I was totally shocked. When Mark dumped me, I thought it was the worst thing ever, but can you imagine if that didn't happen? And I was laying there in bed when the battering ram came through the door?" Prior to his death, in January 2013, Salling's ex-girlfriend Roxanne Gorzella accused him of sexual battery by forcing her to have unprotected sex without consent. He denied the charges and filed a countersuit for defamation. In March 2015, they out of court with judges ordering him to pay her $2.7 million. Lea Michele's drama behind the scenes and claims of illiteracy. Lea Michele, who played Rachel Berry on the show, has been plagued by bullying rumors in recent years, after a host of cast and crew members came forth to accuse the leading lady of vile behavior on set. Accusations of on-set bullying began with a tweet from Lee's co-star Samantha Ware in 2020, accusing her of being rude to her on set and behaving with traumatic microaggressions. Lea Michele played Rachel Berry. Others then piled onto the actress with allegations of their own, including Heather Morris, Dabier Snell, and Yvette Nicole Brown. Lea was subsequently dropped by her sponsor, HelloFresh. Morris, 35, who played cheerleader Brittany S. Pierce on The Ryan Murphy Show, claims Michelle was very unpleasant to work with, saying, "Was she unpleasant to work with? Very much so. For Lea to treat others with the disrespect that she did for as long as she did, I believe she should be called out." Lea apologized and said she has never judged others by their background or color of their skin. She also insisted she will learn from the mistakes she has made so she can be a real role model for my child when she gives birth in a couple of months. Nia and Lea famously had on-set friction, with the former writing in her book. One of the Glee writers once said that Lea and I were like two sides of the same battery, and that about sums us up. We are both strong-willed and competitive, not just with each other but with everyone, and that's not a good mixture. We're all stressed, yes, but we're all working toward the same goal, so laugh it off and keep it moving. Lea was a lot more sensitive, though, and it seemed like she blamed me for anything and everything that went wrong. Lee has also previously been the target of ridicule after several of her fans insinuated that she was unable to read, and she has denied the rumor several times in the past. The star previously joked about the viral theory about her supposed illiteracy with a humorous video that she shared to her TikTok account. In the clip, the actress used a soundbite from the Kardashians and added a text graphic to her post that read, "Calling Jonathan to read me the comments on my first TikTok." Crew members passing: We've lost another one between 2013 and 2014, the show saw 3 heartbreaking deaths. 3 months after Corey's 2013 death, assistant director Jim Fuller passed away in his sleep, from heart failure. Production assistant Nancy Moats in Season 4, a subtle shout-out was given to Jim, while Glee cinematographer Joaquin Cedillo wrote on Twitter after his death, "This is such sad news. Jim was such a great guy and was so good to me always." Then in 2014, the cast were left devastated by the death of the production assistant Nancy Moats, the sister of Julia Roberts. Nancy died aged 37, after drowning in a bath on February 9, 2014. She was found surrounded by non-prescription and prescription pills, according to the Los Angeles County coroner. She claimed in her suicide note that the actress was so cruel that she drove me into the deepest depression I've ever been in. She described the Oscar-winning star as a so-called sibling who should get nothing if she died, except the memory that she pushed her over the edge. In the handwritten note, which was used as evidence in court amid a legal battle over her estate, Nancy said that Robert's abuse had been so bad that I burst into tears because I wake up. Following Nancy's tragic death, fellow production assistant Christina Lageman spoke to Mail Online about Jim's death, Nancy's suicide and the concerns over a curse on the show. Christina said, "She was such a good friend to me. It's just shocking. Yes, she had her own little struggles, but when we got together, we just bonded and she never let them get to her. It's such a shock, what with Corey passing last year, then we had a crew member, Jim Fuller, die. Now we've got this hit and it's almost too much." Glee was like a family. We spent 12 hours a day together. We would refer to each other as the Glee family. Colleagues have been posting on Facebook, "We've lost another one.